Hey guys, this is Odd1 Gaming. This is going to be another King Arthur Legends Rise video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you the team that I'm using to farm from the power-up dungeons, the Frozen Plain, right? This one's pretty important because this is the one that gives us the Relic Breath, which levels up our relic levels, and then at the same time, this is also the spot where you get the Awakening material, right? For the relics. So I've been doing, 1, 2, 3, slowly advancing, and I just beat stage 6, and the team that I'm using is, as always, pretty free to play relatable, right? I do have certain chivalries and certain relics, but all in all, I'm just using, 2 free legendaries and then 2 rares in order to beat this. The reason why I really wanted to get to stage 6 is because from stage 6, you start getting a chance to get a legendary Star Seed, and then obviously you're getting a bigger amount of the Relic Breath. If you look at stage 5, we do get some, but it's a lot lower, and then stage 4, again, it's just a lot lower. So at least stage 5 is where you want to get at, so you can get more of this one. But then if you push to stage 6, well, you get a lot more of the rare ones. I'm really curious if this is correct, right? It says you can get 2 rare Star Seeds, but then it says you can get 10 as well, and then you can get 3 of the legendary ones. So I don't know, maybe it's correct, maybe it's not. It's really sad, like if you can get 2 or 10 and then you get 2, it's not as fun. But let me show you the team that I'm using. I guess let me just use some more stamina. Let me buy some more stamina with crystals, because why not? We're gonna need a lot of this. And as you can see, this is the team that I'm using. Let me do a wait, why am I doing 5? Let me go back. Let me quit and go to stage 6, because that's the one I just beat. Now this one is not perfect. Again, it can be some, it can have some bad RNG depending on where the boss hits you, but it's pretty straightforward. You gotta focus the boss himself, and he kind of does like lots of damage. He has a defense up that can be really tricky if he has it, as you're not gonna do as much damage. And honestly, even though she's the wrong element here, because, Morgan is fire, and that's not the best going against Frost, she still works, and she's still pretty much the MVP for my team. There's obviously going to be some other options that we can build. I'm going to show you afterwards, but so far this team works for me. And also the fact that it works with a free legendary like Morgan that we're gonna use in other areas of the game, that's kind of like the best thing. It's gonna be, it works, so I'm gonna use her. However, maybe when I'm gonna try and push for the higher stages, it's gonna be a little bit tricky. As again, when it comes to a relic, it's tricky, because if I'm not gonna get at least a frost one, if not a stone relic, then it's not gonna be ideal, because again, elements are where it's at, and it's really important to always try to have the strong element. And also, one quick thing that's really important over here is you just need a little bit, I guess, of RNG of landing that healing disruption that Morgan brings, because that's why she's in the team mostly, and that has to be landed when the boss is at this point. So right now, boom, I didn't land it, I got bad RNG. The reason why you want to land that is because after the boss wakes up from the hibernation, you see that he heals himself, and you obviously do not want that. She doesn't have 100% chance to land that healing prohibition, that prevention. However, she can still be good enough, with some RNG, but that doesn't mean she's the best in slot, right? What I'm showing you is what I'm using right now, what it works for me, and the reason why I'm happy that it works this way is because she is Morgan, somebody that everybody gets for free in the first 2 hours of gameplay, and then at the same time, she's gonna be somebody that you're gonna use in other areas of the game, because she brings lots of cool stuff. She also brings this one over here, the damage taken plus 40%. She also brings, like I said, the recovery disruption, which helps when the boss goes into the hibernation. But then at the same time, in certain fights where it's worth it, she also brings the attack gauge down. But I think in this fight, the boss is immune to it. Let me see. Yep, attack gauge decreased immunity. So this is not gonna be, you're not gonna be using that skill over here, because the boss is gonna be immune, and you're just gonna be wasting that vigor. So obviously you're gonna choose to go with other stuff. Now it looks a bit scary when she gets close to dying and gets really low. However, hopefully she's gonna survive. Again, this is the RNG of where does the boss attack. If he attacks with those single target hits and he goes for Morgan several times, then obviously that's going to be a problem. She dies and you might not be able to do it, again, because of that healing that the boss does. But so far so good. Like, for example, yeah, now that the boss hibernates, I should be able to beat this just fine, as long as she's still going to have this hit for the next time around, because if she does it now, it's just gonna expire and the boss still has another turn of that, you know, the hibernating phase. So now if we land it, there we go, now we landed it. Honestly now, even if Morgan dies, because we're at the point where we're taking the HP down pretty much, you can see, I should still be able to beat it even if Morgan dies, right? As long as you get to that point where the boss is almost dead, you're good to go. Because look at Tristan. He's just a monster. I just love Tristan so much. He's so good. Now, I guess let's have a look at the other replacement. Like I said, that can be good for Morgan. Because honestly, this team, you need 2 DPS, a healer, and then somebody that brings the recovery disruption. Obviously, if you have somebody that brings defense decrease as well, that's going to be better. Morgan brings that on her basic attack as part of her passive. But the other option, for example, like A colon can be good because it has a recovery disruption. Let me see, where is it? Over here, 60% chance to land it. So this one can be good. I think it also depends, you know, what relic you have. There's higher chances maybe on different relics, but you're obviously going to try and go with the Storm one, right? So healing disruption on the second skill, but also on this passive, right? When attacking, 100% chance to inflict recovery rate decrease 3 and also recovery disruption. So kind of like A colon is going to be the best in slot, I think. Maybe even somebody like an Argus could do that, but this one's like a high 5 turn. Unless he has it on the relics as well. Again, you would prefer to go with the Storm one. He has it on the third skill, so you know they can work as well. But for now, if you can use Morgan, go ahead with Morgan. Now, let me quickly show you the builds that I have on them. And I guess first of all, you know what? Let me go in and first show you the presets that I have because it's kind of important so they land the skills at the right times. But the skill orders are like this. Anguish, third skill and fourth skill. Tristan, third skill, first one. Sarah, third skill and first one. And then Morgan, third skill and first one. I pretty much don't use the second skill on all of them because this is what works best for me and it kind of makes sense, right? Using Sarah's second skill would mean I would have lower vigor for most of my people. And just having her do the third one, the first one's better because she does bring us that AoE heal plus the defense increase, right? So that's going to be really good. Now, if you have a look at the builds, they're, you know, they're pretty decent, but they're not perfect. It's still, I'm, you know, what, 14, 15 days in, I'm still trying to improve. I'm still building stuff up, but I guess let's start with Morgan first of all. She's level 60, 2-star ascended. Then when it comes to skill ups, I did manage to get a couple of skills in here, like this one doesn't matter for this fight, right? Because you cannot reduce the attack gauge. There's you know, buffs can be removed, but it doesn't work, you know, it's not as guaranteed, or it's not as like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. It works without it. And then I got another one on this one, which just reduces my chance to land that defense decrease and land the damage taken. Obviously this one helps because it's one lower turn, but otherwise it would be a 3 turn, and that's still not, you know, not mandatory. Now let's have a look at the equipment. I did build her in a vigor set, right? I have some 3-star gear, but it still works. I'm running her in a vigor plus crit rate. I just wanted to complete that set, right? I just want to complete the crit rate set, but the vigor is pretty mandatory, I guess. Let's call it mandatory because you want her to always have that recovery disruption from the third skill landed when the boss hibernates. So these are her total stats. You see, you definitely want some effect accuracy. I'm not sure. We don't have like a perfect spreadsheet or perfect number of like, this is how much you need, this is how much you should build, but obviously trying to get like 20, 30, 40, you know, upwards of that should be pretty okay. And as you go higher the stages, you're gonna need even more. Then the relics, she's running a fire one, which is not ideal. It's actually the worst one for this fight. But you know what? If we had the storm one, does this one land recovery disruption? It did. So the storm one would be better because she would be strong element. Okay. But I'm using the fire one. I have level 23-star. No levels in this. And that's pretty much her. Now let's look at the second one that I have in the team. So the second one, Sarah. Again, I do have the Frost Relic as well, but I'm using the Storm one, which she comes with as default when you summon her. This is the best one. Level 30, 4-star, no skill ups on the Relic. Then when it comes to equipment, same principle. She's running Vigor plus Defense. She's in there just for those healings. These are her total stats. You want some attack speed, and then you're going to want HP and defense, but preferably more HP because her healing scales off of her HP. Then when it comes to Awakenings, you can see she's 2-star awakened. I should try and maybe get her to the next level once I farm some more of the Serpent. And then obviously I'm going to be able to give her a belt. I didn't even give her a belt yet, even though I had it. And then obviously once I level up, I give her a globe. Now, next one in the team is Tristan. I just love Tristan. He's so good because, you know what? He's a straight up damage dealer, but also brings that attack speed down against, you know, the attack speed decrease and that helps us so we can rotate more and the boss goes less. Total stats for Tristan, you can see over here, good attack, good HP and defense, good high attack speed, because this is what he's all about, decent crit rate, some effect accuracy, and then I have him built in a speed and critical set. He is a 3-star, he's 3-star awakened. You also see that I have a belt, which is a 2-star. Again, I should have put a 4-star. Look at this, I actually have an effect accuracy. I'm just about placing this right now because this is gonna be better. Thank you very much. And then for the globe, same principle, you know, I'm just trying whatever I have, because I don't have that many options, but whatever's going to be better that gives me damage, effect accuracy, and all of that. Then relics, he has his standard relic. I didn't buy one yet, the other one, because I don't have the currency, but the stone relic is going to be the best one for him, because he's going to be strong element. It's 4-star, level 35. I do have him Chivalry 1 because I pulled a dupe of him, but again, this one's not mandatory as it doesn't affect it as much. It does give you, a bit more damage, and it also gives you the chance to proc critical strike damage increase, but, it just means you're going to kill the boss slower if you don't have this, but not by a ton. And then nothing in the skill ups over here, as you can see. And then last one is going to be Anguish. Again, I love Anguish as well because even though he's not ideal for this dungeon, he's pretty much good for most of the dungeons. He brings multi-hits, he brings damage over time, and he's just really good. I just like Anguish a lot. That's why I have Anguish Chivalry 8. I chose to go till 8 because, you know what, he's really good. He's amazing for Gorgos. So pretty much all of these ones that I had so far, all of the rare master memory stones that I had, I kept investing in him till I got him to 8. Now I'm just waiting to pull copies of him, and I'm gonna use the rest to take him to 10. When it comes to the stats that he has, he is a 4-star awakened because I've been farming the stuff today as it's open. Then I did manage to get one skill up over here, which gives him a lower cooldown for the effect accuracy increase. That's gonna help a little bit. Then when it comes to the equipment, again, he's running Vigor. I don't have a completed set of the other stuff. I do have a 3-star belt with effect accuracy. You definitely want as much effect accuracy on him as possible because when it comes to Gorgos, you want to land those damages over time. The belt has HP, crit rate, attack speed, it's a pretty decent orb, and then these are his total stats: good HP, good defense, decent attack, some attack speed, and then the effect accuracy over 50%. Again, I try to push this higher, especially for Gorgos, because I want him to land his stuff. Over here, it doesn't matter as much that he lands those dots because they do 90% less damage. However, they do help a little bit with that damage. And then when it comes to Relic, Frost is his base one, but I did manage to get the Storm one, and that's what I'm using because, again, he's going to be strong element with it. If you don't have the Storm one, just go with the base Frost one because at least you're not going to be the wrong element against the boss, and that's going to help. No skill ups over here, no awakening on the Relic, as you can see. I just need to farm more of this. I just hate the Shrine of Storm. That Thorask boss is so annoying, but yeah, anyway, this is the team. This is what I'm using. I managed to beat stage 6 just now. And it looks, you know what, even if it's not 100%, because you can do 3 runs at the same time and you don't lose your stamina when you lose the fight, it's still good. You're still gonna do it and just keep, rerunning it up until it works to farm whatever you need. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at this for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please consider liking it, subscribing to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.
Fight with honor. Vanquish the wicked, and you may prove worthy of your legacy.